Welcome to the Brian Murray Show, a real estate show, New Jersey style. Today, it's live. For the Christmas edition, we're doing something live. We're doing it before Christmas. Everybody's busy on Christmas. So here, I've got my holiday sweater here. If you look really closely, it's all Tom Brady. I don't have the Bucks version of it yet, but soon I will have the Bucks version of it. Christmas tree in the background, even though it's a little crooked. It's 2020 and the tree can be crooked. So welcome. Again, it's the Brian Murray Show, Christmas edition. And the discussion point today is going to be about holidays and tradition. If you think about the holidays, whether it's Christmas or Hanukkah or Kwanzaa or what have you, it typically reminds you of certain things. Every family, every person has certain things that remind them of the holidays. Whether it's cooking, whether it's playing games, you remember the stuff. You remember like what did the neighborhood look like? Were you out sledding? Did your uncle come over and wrap presents? Did you host people maybe on Christmas Eve or Christmas Day, or did you always go to your grandparents or something like that? And so many people, when they buy a home, they buy emotionally. They buy on, hey, we can host Christmas. Wouldn't this be a spectacular room to host a Christmas dinner? My wife in particular wanted me to buy a giant beach house so we could host Thanksgiving or Christmas. I told her it's probably easier and cheaper to rent one. But, so that's what people do, is they really want to embody that home for the holidays. But it's not the house. It's what you can do with it. It's not the house. It's what you can do with it. It's not the 16 by 20 dining room. It's the fact that you can have 15 or 18 people at your table. That's what makes the holiday. That's what makes, when you're buying a house, you'd be surprised at how many, even people buying condos, they're always thinking about having other people come. My in-laws can come and live here. My family can come and visit. My parents can come and visit. I won't buy a walk-up because my parents won't be able to come and visit. I will buy a walk-up because my parents won't be able to come and visit. So there's there's a lot of tradition and feeling that's tied up into the home purchase. The holidays are a great time to talk about that and what it really means. So when you're out there looking, just remember that it's what you can do with it, not necessarily the home itself. Hot topic every week is, how's the market? Here we are at the end of 2020, and I do want to give a big notice that on January 1st at noontime, I'm going to be doing a special on year in review of the Hoboken and Jersey City market live. I'm going to go over all of the numbers, all of the stats, what's happened in the past, how it's the same, how it's different, what you can maybe expect for 2021. And I'll leverage my 19 years of being in this market to give you some really good insight. But today's weekly numbers. So for Hoboken, there are 282 condos on the market. Right now, that's only in the last week, there were 16 condos that came on. In the last 30 days, 81. So that means that there's still 200 condos on the market that have been there for at least a month. When you're looking at those that went under contract in the last 30 days, there were 72 in Hoboken, which is a really strong number. Traditionally, November, December start to fall off a little bit. So that's an outperforming number for really this time of year. Days on market, 43 for those condos under contract. Again, you can expect your home to be on the market for a little while. In the past 30 days, there were 71 sold, and they sold at a discount of 1.4% of ask. Jersey City is a little bit different of a picture, where there's 237 homes on the market. Only 9 came on this past week, 68 in the past month. So some of those homes have been taken off the market in Jersey City, where that number is really pushing about 300 active. So people have taken their home off the market. And again, there's a lot of shadow inventory there where there's new construction that's just not showing up. Hundreds and hundreds of homes. So this market is definitely a little softer than it's even showing on these numbers. Under contract, there's been 30 in the last, there's been 54 in the last 30 days. Average days on the market there are 51 days. So almost getting close to 2 months on market for what's getting sold. There were only 37 that were sold in the last 30 days as compared to 71 in Hoboken. That is a big difference because those markets were kind of running even for a while. And the percent discount is a 2.7% discount. So we'll be watching Jersey City very closely in the coming months to see if some of those discounts do increase based on the inventory levels that I expect to start to shoot up. So that was the hot topic section. So every week I do a good, the bad, and the ugly. But since it is the Christmas edition, it will be the good, better, best. Good is that this is a great season to tip service providers, whether it's waiters, waitresses, doormen, cab drivers, whomever you come in contact with. I do recommend trying to give a little more this year than you normally do, just because there's people struggling out there. And if you're not one of them, I would say this is a great time to be, a little bit of extra money for some of these folks can make a big, big difference. And if you're lucky enough that it doesn't make a big difference for you, then especially in 2020, try to do what you can. Better, holiday movies. I haven't watched any yet, but I've got Elf on my calendar for tonight. I really can't believe that I had my tree up 2 weeks before Thanksgiving. My whole place is decorated in Christmas attire, and yet I haven't watched any holiday movies. So tonight, tomorrow, count me in. Get it done. And best, it's never too late to check off one thing that you want to accomplish in 2020. I know that one of my coaches is watching now, and that's a big thing for me, is to focus on one thing for the next 10 days or so that I can accomplish between now and then. Just one thing. The one thing, if I'm off for 8 or 9 days, what's one thing I can get accomplished? One thing I can focus on? One thing my mind can completely focus on? Maybe it's something I've been putting off. Maybe it's something that, has been on my list, or maybe I didn't even make a list, but I can get one thing done. So best is that I still have about 10 days. You all have about 10 days left in this year. As a quick aside, I totally lost a day this week. I really thought that Christmas Eve was on Saturday and Christmas was on Sunday. So I planned my whole week out based on that, and only to find out that it's actually Christmas Eve tomorrow and Christmas on Friday. So totally lost a day, but I can still get one thing done. And I do definitely recommend that you do that. My inspirational quote, I try to leave everybody with an inspirational quote around the holidays, but one thing that I'll share as a memory of my growing up and my traditions was every Christmas Eve we would go to my grandparents, and when anybody would leave the party at the end, my grandfather would start out and everybody would join in and sing, "Oh, we wish you a Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year." So even if you don't celebrate Christmas, we wish you a wonderful, wonderful season, some days off, and a Happy New Year, because 2020 is going to be in the rearview mirror, and 2021 is going to be our best year yet. So thank you again for watching The Brian Murray Show, live Christmas edition. As always, all episodes of The Brian Murray Show can be seen on my website at themurraypropertygroup.com under the blog section. I do appreciate any likes, any shares that you might have on my social media. It gets updated every day on Instagram, on Facebook, LinkedIn. Definitely do follow me, like me, share me. There's a lot of great information here. And again, I do appreciate you watching. And as always, If there's anything in the show that you disagree with, reach out to me directly and I'll show you why you're wrong. Thanks so much for watching.